What is up guys, it's Sean here and I'm back today with another sneaker review. So in today's video, I'm going to be reviewing one of the shoes that I picked up during my trip to Europe. And that is the Overkill and Adidas Consortium collaboration on the Equipment Support Future in the Coat of Arms pack. As mentioned, this is a collaboration between Adidas and Overkill Shop, which is a sneaker store located out of Berlin, Germany. So this shoe was part of a pack called the Coat of Arms pack, and it released alongside the Equipment Support Advance. So both of these shoes, the design behind them was tied behind this concept of the coat of arms. So Overkill is actually located in a district in Berlin called Kreuzberg. And the coat of arms of Kreuzberg is done in a combination of black, white, and red, hence the design of this shoe. These initially released at Overkill on May 20th, and then subsequently they had a worldwide release on April 27th. These retailed for a price of $180 US or $260 here in Canada. As with all consortium releases, this shoe was pretty hard to get as only certain stores are able to carry this line. So if you were able to grab a pair of these yourselves, consider yourself pretty lucky. So let's take a closer look at this shoe. So the majority of this shoe is done in this combination of black and heathered gray mesh. So according to some websites, they did state that this was a prime knit material, but then other sites did state that this was a mesh material. For me personally, the feel of this material does feel a little bit scratchy and a little bit rough, so I'm gonna side on mesh more so than prime knit, but if I am incorrect, definitely feel free to correct me in the comments down below. So taking a closer look at this mesh material, as I mentioned before, it's done in a combination of black and gray. And this material is very flexible and it is pretty stretchy to the touch. This mesh material covers the toe box area and then runs up and along the tongue. And then standard with all the other consortium releases, this also has this punched hole in the tongue and it has a red ring around it, along with the Overkill logo on the left shoe and the Adidas trefoil logo found on the right shoe. The laces on these shoes are done in a combination of black and 3M. In addition, they also feature these lace locks that are done in plastic, and it has the equipment logo on the left shoe and the Overkill logo on the right. And they also feature the Overkill branding on the lace tips. Inside the box, they also give us a secondary pair of laces and lace locks. So the laces are done in an all black style, and then the lace locks are in that same plastic material, but this time in a deep red. Taking a look at the lateral side, of course, the most striking thing about the design of this shoe is the Adidas 3 stripes done in this deep, bold red color. We also have this plastic wing done in this gray color that gives you additional midfoot support. And underneath both of these, we have this gray suede that starts from the lateral side, wraps its way around the back heel, and then finds itself on the medial side as well. So the medial side is designed very differently than that of the lateral side. On the medial side, we have this gray suede with the Overkill Equipment Support Future branding debossed into the suede and then finished with a black color. There are 3 lace loops found on the medial side, and they are done in a 3M material. And then arguably the most iconic design aspect of the 9317 model is found on the medial side of the toe box. So we have the standard vertical lines running up and down the side of the toe box, and this is done in a contrast gray stitch. Unlike the lateral side that had this gray plastic wing, on the medial side we have a black plastic wing, and this actually wraps around the heel area and acts as a plastic heel counter. The tongue on these shoes is connected to the rest of the shoe on the medial side, and then on the lateral side this is disconnected, so as you can see it kind of has this flap-like effect. The insoles on these shoes are removable and they're done in this blue finish. They feature this consortium branding found all over the length of the insole, and then they have this Kreuzberg coat of arms found on the heel. This upper of mesh and suede sits atop this monstrous amount of boost that's found on the midsole. As you guys can see at its peak, we have about a 2-inch thickness of boost found right underneath the heel. In addition, they were able to carve out the boost, giving it this nice angular sloping design on the back heel, along with these 3 stripes on both the lateral side as well as the medial side. Finally, flipping the shoe to the bottom, we have this black rubber outsole that's overlaid on top of the white boost midsole to give it additional durability. From a sizing standpoint, these do run a little bit looser than the traditional 9317s. So the use of this mesh on the toe box area, this is a pretty thin and flexible material. So as a result of this does leave quite a bit of room along this toe box area, and it isn't as constricting as your normal 9317 colorways that have released in the past. For me personally, I bought these in my true size, which is a 10.5. So this is the same size that I wear in the Ultra Boost 1.0 and the Ultra Boost 2.0. I will say that for the other 9317s, which I also got in a 10.5, those ones fit absolutely perfect. But for this one, there was a little bit of room in this toe box area, but I don't think that it's enough room that it would justify me going down a half size to a size 10. From a comfort standpoint, these are absolutely no joke. So the word on the street is that these are the Ultra Boost killer from a comfort standpoint, and they are not kidding. So because there is so much boost in this midsole, it really feels like your feet are absolutely sinking into the material. Whether this is good or bad is really up to your personal preference. Some people like that whole pillowy feeling, while other people just need more support. So in that case, this shoe probably isn't going to be for you if you have some arch problems, or if you just like a more stable or more rigid cushioning setup. So now I'll give you guys a look at how these Overkill equipment support futures look on feet. So this wraps up my review of the Overkill and Adidas Equipment Support Future in the Coat of Arms pack. Let me know in the comments down below if you guys were able to grab a pair of these yourselves, and what do you guys think of this colorway in comparison to the other 9317 releases in the past. Be sure to give me a follow on my Instagram as well, and you can find me there at SGO8, and always give me that thumbs up and hit that subscribe button if you did enjoy this video. So until then, I'll see you guys next in my next video review coming soon.